Hello and welcome to the Smorgasbord mod list installation guide for 7 Days to Die. Smorgasbord is a Wabbajack mod list that uses ModOrganizer 2 to give you one of the most modular ways to play 7 Days to Die on PC. Full script for this installation guide, along with all links mentioned in the video, will be included in the video description. System requirements. If you can run the vanilla game, you can run this mod list. That said, some mods do require better hardware, such as 16 gigabytes of system memory. If you have older or weaker hardware, you may need to disable some of the heavier mods. A list of mod considerations and how they affect performance is included in the Performance Optimization Guide on the GitHub page. This guide is not just useful for Smorgasbord, but also for any 7 Days to Die overhaul and even PC gaming in general. Prerequisites for this mod list. You need to be on either Windows 10 or 11. Some Linux users have gotten the list to run, but Linux is not officially supported. Prerequisite number 2. You need a solid-state drive with adequate storage. 3. A copy of 7 Days to Die. 4. You must also have the VC++ redistributable installed on your Windows system. You may already have this installed, but just in case, I have included a direct download link in the description for Microsoft. Step 1. Create a NexusMods account. You can use either premium or free NexusMod accounts to download this mod list. A premium NexusMod account makes the download process much faster and much more convenient. It does cost money, but remember, you can also use it to download other great Wabbajack mod lists for games like Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas. My suggestion is to pay for 1 month of premium, then download as many different mod lists for as many games as you have storage for. Once you've used premium to install a few good mod lists, you will rarely want to use any other method again because it's just so convenient. On the other hand, a free NexusMods account will require you to spend several hours clicking through each of the 500 plus mods on the list manually. This is painful, but you only have to do the heavy lifting once during the initial install. Going forward, updates to the mod list are much easier since you will only need to click on new and updated mods. Step 2. Download and install Wabbajack. Download and install the Wabbajack application from wabbajack.org. I recommend installing Wabbajack on the same solid-state drive where you plan to run the list from. Open the Wabbajack application and connect it to your NexusMods account through the Settings menu using the gear icon. Step 3. Create folders for the mod list. Ideally, you should install both the game and the mod list on a secondary solid-state drive with a folder structure like I'm about to show you. However, as long as you follow the structure I'm about to show you, it will still work on your C drive just fine. Regardless of which drive you use, create a folder at the root of the drive like this. Open Windows File Explorer, right-click, and create a new folder. Name it Wabbajack Mod List. Now open that folder and create another folder inside it called Smorgasbord. Click in the directory name field, press Ctrl-A to select everything, then press Ctrl-C to copy the full folder path. Click in the directory name field, press Ctrl-A to select all, then press Ctrl-C to copy the full folder path. We'll use that shortly. Step 4. Download the Smorgasbord mod list. Inside the Wabbajack application, go to Browse Lists. Then check the Non-Featured checkbox, or Smorgasbord will not appear. Select 7 Days to Die in the Game drop-down. Click the Smorgasbord mod list image, confirm that your game version in Steam matches the version the list is using, or the install will error out during download. Now click the Download and Install button. At this point, Wabbajack will ask where to install the mod list. Paste the directory name you copied earlier by clicking the folder field and pressing Ctrl-V. Wabbajack will then create a Downloads folder inside the Smorgasbord folder. What to expect during the download process. On a free NexusMods account, Wabbajack and NexusMods will prompt you to manually download every mod individually. This will take several hours, so be prepared for a lot of clicking. On a premium NexusMods account, you simply press the download and install button once and the process will continue automatically as fast as your internet connection and hardware will allow for. Mod list download troubleshooting notes. If a mod fails to download, you will see a red alert window in Wabbajack. Most of the time, all you need to do is wait 5 to 10 minutes and press the download and install button again. Usually this is just a temporary hiccup on the NexusMods side and it'll resolve itself. If a mod remains stuck, you can manually download it and drag the zip mod folder into your Smorgasbord downloads folder. Then you just press download and install again in Wabbajack and it should complete the process. If you see game file source missing errors like data config localization.txt game file source ... that usually means you have a game version mismatch. Go back into Steam and make sure your version of 7 Days to Die matches the same version the Smorgasbord mod list is using in Wabbajack. At the time of this recording, that version is game version 2.6. If you are watching this in the future, the version may be different. Always compare your Steam version of 7 Days to Die with the version listed for Smorgasbord in Wabbajack. After Wabbajack has finished extracting and installing all files, it will display a large splash screen telling you the installation is complete. At that point, you may exit the Wabbajack application. Step 5. Open ModOrganizer 2. Go into the Smorgasbord folder you created and launch the ModOrganizer 2 application. If you see a pop-up asking you something like, "Do you want to accept NXM association?" click yes. This allows you to download other mods directly into ModOrganizer 2 from Nexus. At this point, you can simply press the Run or Play button in MO2 to launch the list. Every time you want to play the mod list, you must launch it through this instance of MO2. Pro tip: pin this MO2 instance to your Windows taskbar for easy access. At this point, you have successfully completed installation of the mod list. The rest of this video covers advanced tips. How to select a different profile in MO2. Click the Profile drop-down in MO2. You can choose from Smorgasbord, Survivalist, and Wasteland. Each profile has a different set of mods pre-toggled depending on the kind of experience you want. Smorgasbord is my default list. Survivalist is the grittier, more realistic hardcore version. Wasteland is a separate overhaul entirely. It's its own Fallout-themed list. After you decide on your profile, you can toggle mods within that profile and launch the game to begin a new save. How to create your own profile in MO2. Let's say you want to customize Smorgasbord to better suit your own tastes. The best way to do that is to copy and edit the Smorgasbord profile. Open the Profile drop-down, click Manage, then copy Smorgasbord. Give the new profile a name. Now the default Smorgasbord setup remains safe, while your new custom profile can be modified however you want. For example, if you want more vehicles, armor, or decorations, just scroll down and enable those mods. And if you don't like a mod, there's no need to complain about it. Just disable it and move on with your life. You can go through the list and enable or disable mods however you choose. I wrote notes in MO2 for every mod on the list explaining what each one does. Be careful to read any highlighted notes for mods you plan to enable or disable. Highlighted notes can warn you about requirements, compatibility issues, or other concerns. In MO2, you can hover your cursor over a mod note and it will expand for a few seconds, allowing you to read it. Best practices for toggling mods. Only toggle mods when you are about to start a new save. Some mods are save safe and can be enabled or disabled mid-save, but others are not, and changing them mid-save can introduce errors into your game. Never toggle mods in MO2 while the game is running. Always exit the game before enabling or disabling mods. I always recommend running a test game before you commit to a long playthrough. This gives you a chance to see whether there are mods you dislike so you can disable them before investing serious time into a save. For example, some players are curious to try NPC Core or other polarizing mods like Walker Sim, but quickly realize, they don't like them. So NPC Core is not save safe, so you must start a new game before toggling those mods on or off. Note, NPC Core is disabled by default. Advice for in-game settings when using Smorgasbord. Play on Survivalist difficulty if you are able to. Modded guns like EFTX and Izzy are stronger than vanilla variants. Consider increasing zombie speeds as far as you are comfortable with. Lower your loot abundance to 75% or lower. Smorgasbord adds more loot and ammo, so this helps keep the game from becoming too easy. How to add your own mods to Smorgasbord in MO2. Warning: adding your own mods voids troubleshooting support. If you add mods and it breaks the game, I will not help you fix it. But if you are a competent mod user who is willing to test things for yourself, here is how you do it. Connect your MO2 application to your NexusMods account in the MO2 settings under the Nexus tab. Find a mod for 7 Days to Die on the NexusMods page. Download the mod using Download with NexusMods Manager. If the mod only has a manual download version, download it and manually drag it from your Windows Downloads folder into your MO2 Downloads folder. Then install the mod within MO2 by dragging it to the Where You May Choose to Add Compatible Mods separator on the left. Remember to name the mod in MO2 by right-clicking and typing bracket no delete bracket with no spaces inside the brackets. You do that in front of the mod name. This ensures that when you update the mod list, MO2 will keep your added mods. If you don't use the bracket no delete naming method, your added mod will be removed during an update. Also note, you may come across old or poorly made mods that do not run correctly in MO2. Sometimes you can manually fix those by mimicking the folder structure and modinfo.xml setup of a known good mod. I only include functioning and compatible mods in Smorgasbord. What about dedicated servers? I have a write-up on the GitHub page explaining how to convert the list for a dedicated server. Smorgasbord community members have successfully converted this list for their own use. I only posted their process and mod considerations. Note: I do not offer assistance with creating or troubleshooting dedicated servers. Where do I learn about updates to the list? The best place is GuppyCur's unofficial modding Discord in the Fin-FNS Smorgasbord channel. Check the pins for the latest update information. You can also track major updates to the list on the NexusMods page. How do I update the mod list? You update the mod list the same way you originally downloaded it. Simply open up the Wabbajack application and download Smorgasbord again. It will overwrite your current version with the updated version. It will only add or update the necessary mods that changed, so you will not need to re-download everything from scratch. Caution: there is no guarantee that you will be able to continue an existing save after updating the list. I always recommend finishing your current playthrough before updating. How can I improve my game's performance? If you notice lower FPS, low resolution, or stuttering, please see the Performance Optimization Guide. What if I mess something up and need help? Read and follow the instructions in the Troubleshooting Guide. Donations. If you would like to leave a donation, you may do so on my NexusMods profile. Donations are never expected, but they are always appreciated. Final note: if you enjoy the mod list, please encourage other people to try it.